We had the message, आपे देवे शब्द बुलाए, महली महल सहज सुख पाए, नानक नाम मिले वडियाई, आपे सुन सुन ध्यावणिया. It is all His grace. It is all His blessing that an entity can walk on the path, that the entity can absorb the power of the word, listen to it and implement it. Ape deve shabad bulai. Ape deve means it is His grace. Shabad means the word, and the bulai means to express it, to say it. And if that grace showers on the entity, and the entity accepts and follows the path, then it leads to the next stage, which is Mahli Mahal Sahaj Sukh Paye. Then he or she starts understanding the true meaning of a blissful life. Sukh means a pleasurable life. What is the definition of a pleasurable life? Most of the world understands it by the concept that if I have no sickness, I am healthy in body, and my five senses are working properly, and can enjoy the pleasures of all five senses, then that's a pleasurable life. Most of the time, that's how we define it. You ask anybody, are you happy? And they'll say, yeah, well, I have a good home, I have a good job, but I don't see very well anymore. I don't hear very well anymore. So what is he complaining about? He's complaining that the two of the five senses are beginning to weaken now. Slowly, slowly, the sense of taste will go away. Sense of touch will go away. Sense of smell will become unimportant. When you are young, whether you are a man or a woman, you can remember that you would not go without dashing a little perfume here and a little perfume here, or a little cologne here, little hairspray here. Remember all those days? For you it may not be too far off. For me, I know, way, way back. But I don't do that anymore. Why? Because sense of smell is not important anymore. It doesn't mean I stink. But at the same time, nobody tells me, you are wearing a good perfume today. I still remember going to the office. I could tell which lady is walking in the door of the office just by their perfume. They will actually lead their entrance. From a far off distance, you could say, so and so is coming. Why? The sense of smell was very important, not only to them, but so that the others could also say, what is that perfume you are wearing? Where did you get it? to raise that curiosity. That was an important aspect of life, getting out of the house. So they can leave without their express card, but they won't leave without putting the perfume on. Because that sense was important. So each one of you can look back on your own life. Today when you left the house, was that sense saying you forgot something? So what is happening? Slowly, slowly, all of the five senses are on the decline. And to us, having all of the five senses completely working is a sign of a pleasurable life, a sukha. But according to spirituality, that is not a real sukha. That's not the real pleasure. Because each one of that pleasure is associated with the displeasure. Every single one of them. A sweet taste is also associated with the bitter taste. A smile is also associated with a tear. A soft touch is also associated with a rough touch. One does not exist without the other. Then how can it be a perfect sukha? How can it be a perfect pleasurable life? There is one dimension where the bliss exists without the pain. There's one place to exist. And that in Sanskrit is called Sat Chit Anand. Sat means the ultimate truth. Chit means the Chetanta, your consciousness. Anand means in perfect bliss, which has no counter comparison to it. That bliss does not exist because there is a pain existing opposite to it. That smile is not recognizable because there is a tear sitting somewhere. If you follow this path, you become capable of experiencing that anand, that sukha, that bliss. Choice is yours. Do you want such a thing or not? Choice is completely yours. There is not a single force in this universe which will compel you that you should at least taste it once. It won't say it. It will only say, have you had enough of the pain and pleasure combination yet or not? Did you have enough of it? If you did, you are qualified to go to the next step. If you didn't, no matter how many motivational speeches you hear, you are not going to go there. Nobody is going to push you there. You have to be ready. And you have to make that conscientious choice. So if you go in that direction, mahali mahal sahaj sukh pai, then you will achieve that perfect bliss. Nanak naam mile vadiyai, ape sun sun tyamanaya. But back to that bliss goes from the first step, that first meditation, that first job, that first repetition. If you are not taking the first step and you think you can take a shortcut and go to the second and the third and the fourth, forget it. When I came to this country, somebody told me, and I still remember that beautiful quotation. He told me, he said, "Young man, it is perfectly okay to build castles in the air, but don't forget the foundation below it. Don't forget to put the foundation. It's okay, you are young, build the castles in the air. But if you continue doing that and never think of putting the foundation, that castle is going to crash." As you grow and you look at your dreams and aspirations and the desires that you had as a child, as a teenager, as a growing up adult, and you kept on dreaming, but you never stopped for a minute and said, "I have this house in the air. How do I make sure it does not come crashing down when I look back, when I am in my mid-50s, going through my midlife crisis, and I look back and say, what happened to my castle? Oh, it came crashing down. How did it come crashing down? I forgot to put the foundation." Take the first step. Put that foundation to the house of bliss. A complete bliss. A bliss that exists by itself.